Rosenborg Castle was built in 1606 and it is a Renaissance style castle. This was actually built as a summer home and today now is a museum for those of the age 0 to 17, completely free to go in, check it out. For adults it comes out to be around $20 US. It's cool because not only can you be here and sit at the castle, but there are also these really nice gardens and you could just walk around the grounds as a whole. So you can see I am outside the castle now, and I am now in this very lovely park area. But the craziest part of this is that look at all these fish that are right here. Like literally coming up right to the surface, right to the edge. It's in this little moat thing that's right outside the castle. Why are they up here? There are so many of them. They're literally 3 inches away from me. If I wanted to, I could touch them, but I didn't. Please don't touch the fish. But my guess is they're here because people feed them a lot, so that's why they're always at the surface, because it looks like they wanted food. But don't feed the fish, don't touch the fish. But yeah, that is cool how they were right there. I am at the Christianborg Palace, and this structure is very important both in terms of history and the present day. So historically, there are actually ruins, tunnels underneath that you can go and check out. It's a museum inside. But today, relating to the Danish government, this is where the legislative, executive, and judicial branches sit. So this is where the head of state is. This is where parliament takes place, and the prime minister's office is here. Also, the Supreme Court is in here as well. Several rooms are used for the king himself for office work. The royal chapel is here, and also the royal stables as well. And to have this right in the center of the city, how great is it? I mean, it's literally a 10-minute walk from the central train station and right up alongside the canal. The structure is huge. I just walked through the gateway and now in this open area now, I mean, I think technically it's a parking lot area, but this is where you enter to go into the museum, and you have the small little courtyard right in front. Yeah, this structure, oh my God, this is big. Wait, so at first I thought it was just the front. Then I walked through that entranceway right there, and I thought it was just this, but now I'm walking out into this area, and it's still going. It's still going. All these buildings is all part of it. This is a huge and stunning palace and just overall complex. It was built in 1733, and in addition to being here in the area, you can go to the Danish Jewish Museum, and you can also go to the King's Garden. I'm guessing that right here is where the stables are. It looks like this would be a place where the horses would be. It's early in the morning, so no horses are here at this moment, but we have a horse statue. Inside the museum, you could see 4 different things. The royal reception room, the royal kitchen, which both of those are supposed to be exquisite, the royal stable, which has all of the horses lined up, and then the ancient ruins. The ancient ruins is what this place is mainly known for, but if you go inside and see everything, it's incredible. So also, if you are under the age of 18, tickets are completely free. If you buy a package where you get to see all 4 of them, it'll come out to be around $30 US. But if you don't want to see all 4 things, then you can buy things individually. So for example, you could just buy tickets for the ancient ruins. That will come out to be around like $12.50 roughly. But if you want to see 2 of those things, let's say you want to see the ruins and the stables, at that point, it just makes more sense to buy the ticket for all 4 of them. So we've just entered the palace, and right here is the royal reception room. And let me tell you, everything in here is so beyond stunning. It really feels like a 16th century palace with everything old and all of the unique designs. First off, also the ceiling, how you have the engravings literally in the ceiling. It is so cool. This is so elegant, and if you are into the Renaissance or just European history in general, this is somewhere, yeah, you clearly need to check out. All of the murals on the wall, it's like you're coming into an art museum as well. They are huge and they are everywhere. I took an art history class in college, but I can't seem to remember what type of style of art this is. So if you know, let me know in the comments. For those of you very familiar with the art, royalty, design, you must be listening to this, hearing me describe these things and being like, oh my God, you're describing it horribly. Well, this is not my expertise. I'm just coming in here because it's enjoyable to look at and see what the Danish royal family had way back when and what they still use today. This is the royal dining room, and it can fit 50 plus people. So during the old times, the 1600s, 1700s, this very room, literally right here, would be used by the king almost daily to have banquets for dinner. It still is used today, actually. The king will hold receptions in this very room, but it's seldom, so maybe once or twice a year. Imagine just sitting in this room and you have the king at the head of the table and you just have all the people all the way down. Yeah, it must be an incredible feast. This is one of the top attractions in all of Copenhagen, and I got here right when it opened at 10 a.m. and literally nobody is here. It gets packed later, so yeah, make sure you get here nice and early. Now we are inside the ancient ruins, and these date back to 1167. This is by far the most famous part of the palace to come and visit. Now I'm in the royal kitchen where they prepare all the meals. Look at how big this pot is. It's a huge space because they are preparing meals for 50, 100, sometimes 200 people. Of course, because we're in a museum right now, this royal kitchen isn't actually used anymore. Now I'm just walking around the royal stables. This is my fourth and final spot in the palace. Here you see some old saddles from the 1600s. The next stop on our tour of all the palaces and castles, Amalienborg. And we got this incredible fountain that is right here. You can see all of the palaces right there. And then right behind the fountain, let's go there now. It's all right alongside the water. Unfortunately, they're doing construction right now. But right there, that structure, that is the Copenhagen Opera House. Now I am walking to Castellet. It is raining, but look at this. It has such lovely scenery all around. It's so quiet, it's so peaceful. But yeah, let's check out this castle now. There's also the monument to Denmark's international activities, and around this area is this water. I don't know if it's a moat. I feel like it has to be because of just the way it's designed, and it's weird how it literally circles the entirety of the castle, but yeah, it doesn't lead out to any other waterway. So the Danish defense system actually owns this, and there is limited public access. It is currently in use right now. It is heavily guarded here by the military. You walk in and there are two soldiers who have snipers right in their arms. Essentially, this is a Danish military base. I don't even know why they allow regular pedestrians here. You see all of the different barracks as well. On Google, it said that there was a castle here, so that's why I decided to include it in the Castle Palace video, but I'm not exactly sure where there's one here. This is really enjoyable to just walk the grounds here. This is not something I expected to see or come across. I love how the buildings are so brightly colored. They're either yellow or red, and they have the orange roofs. The monument down here is to showcase all of Denmark's efforts in international affairs since the 1950s, which makes sense. So they want to showcase and commemorate those who they have lost and those who have served Denmark. So surprisingly, Denmark's military has actually been rather involved in global military affairs. They have assisted U.S. efforts in places like Iraq, Afghanistan, and they were very big in the UN's peacekeeping effort in Bosnia during the Yugoslav wars. Right here is a list of all of the countries that Denmark has lost soldiers in since 1948. You can see that there are a lot, and despite it being such a small country, they are involved so many different places. They have a disproportionate military influence with such a small population. I love how you have the eternal flame burning to commemorate their lost soldiers.